Internet, advantages and disadvantages. Internet is one of the largest networks of computing devices which is spread across the globe. This is one of the open network which is publicly accessible to everyone. Today, we access this facility not only on our computers, but on all types of computing devices like smartphones, tablets, notebooks, etc. Advantages of Internet. Internet is one of the widely used source of communication. It provides facilities like email, chatting, video conferencing, internet telephony, etc. to communicate with others. It is a vast pool of information. We can access information on any imaginable topic using Internet. Using e-commerce facility of Internet, we can do shopping from anywhere while sitting at home only. We can book air tickets, railway tickets, movie tickets, etc. online through Internet. We can access our bank account from our home only and can do any financial transaction like sending or receiving money online. We can buy books or read them online if needed. Disadvantages of Internet. As anyone can upload the information online, so the information gathered from Internet may or may not be correct. A lots of time is wasted while working on the Internet if we are frequently using services like Facebook, YouTube, etc. We can lose our valuable information unintentionally through cyber attacks. Children can get the exposure of harmful contents on the Internet. We can be the victim of cybercrime. Ethics in computing. Computing ethics deals with the moral principles or the code of conduct which is to be followed by the people while using the online services or accessing the information on the Internet. For example, we should respect views of others, be honest, and recognize the rights and properties of others on the Internet. Some of the common issues related with the computing ethics are plagiarism, copyright privacy concerns, etc. So, while using the online services on information, we need to be honest and follow certain rules which are as follows. Never try to harm other people by unethically accessing their computers on the Internet. Always give respect to others while communicating. Never try to steal the important or confidential information from other systems. Do not copy the information which is protected by the Copyright Act. Never spread wrong information while using online social media sites. Never download the pirated software. Never keep eye on other systems. Never interfere in others' work. Unethical practices. Some of the major unethical practices which are popular these days are discussed below. Plagiarism. The word plagiarism is derived from the Latin word plagiare, which means to kidnap or abduct. But in the field of computing, it means stealing the ideas, thoughts, or writings of other people and using them by their own name without the knowledge of original author. This is one of the serious offense which is punishable under the cyber law. How to prevent plagiarism? Plagiarism can be avoided by keeping certain points in mind while using information from any other source, like acknowledging the sources. If you want to use some information from a book or some website in your work, always acknowledge the source along with such information from where it is taken. Take permission from the author. If possible, take the written permission from the author of original work for using his contents in your own work. Read and reframe. Do not just use the contents as it is from the source, but read from the various sources and put them in your own words. Use quotations. Put everything that comes from some other source within quotes. This is also one of the ways of avoiding plagiarism. Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying or cyber harassment is a kind of unethical practice which deals with the online threatening, harassing, or humiliating other people by posting some rumors, remarks about them, or by disclosing their personal information. Cyberbullying is very common these days among the teenagers and young people. It can be very stressful for the victims and can harm them to a great extent. How to prevent cyberbullying? Never disclose your personal information online and avoid posting your photos on the social networking sites. Keep a check on the privacy settings of your social media account and make sure that it is visible to your known people only. Never share your passwords or other credentials with others. Be very careful while posting any message on the internet. Hackers and crackers. A hacker is a person who possesses a high level of computer skills and have a good knowledge of the machine and the operating system. He attempts to gain access on a remote computer for which he is not authorized with the intention of corrupting or stealing data in that system. But the main aim of hacking is to know the details of the system and how does it work, rather than causing any damage to the user's data. A cracker, on the other hand, is a person who is an expert in breaking the security of a system or network to steal important information without the consent of its owner. Because of this, they are also known as cyber burglars. Their intention is always to cause damage to the other users. They are considered to be more dangerous than the hackers. To prevent hacking or cracking, always use original software and keep updating your web browser and the operating system. Install the latest antivirus software in your system and keep it up to date. Firewall can be a good solution to scan each and every message entering in your system. Change your login passwords on a regular basis and do not keep them very simple. Never open a mail received from any unauthorized source. Phishing. It is one of the fraudulent processes to collect some secret information from the user, like his credit card number, net banking password, account data, etc., with the help of an authentic-looking email. For example, you may receive an email from your bank asking you to update your information regarding your user ID and password of your net banking account. The mail, which appears to be genuine and sent by the bank, is actually a fraudulent mail which collects the sensitive information and sends it to people who may use it later for some cyber crimes. To prevent phishing, be careful about the mails you receive in your mailbox. Never open a mail received from unknown source. A mail asking you to provide any confidential details about your bank account, etc., against an online lottery is a phishing mail. Never provide any information to these. Never use the link provided in a mail to open the bank website. Spamming. Spamming are the unwanted emails or messages which are forcefully sent to a large number of people who otherwise do not want to receive these messages. The most common form of spam is unwanted electronic junk mails, in which a single message is sent to multiple individual users using their direct mail addresses. In these mails, services and products are promoted by various companies. Most of the time, these are annoying but harmless. However, sometimes these are used for identifying theft or to do cyber fraud. To prevent spamming, never provide your email address to any unreliable website, as it could be misused by them for sending spam mails. Use spam filters facility of your mail server to block unwanted mails. Never reply the mails collected under the spam folder. Individual right to privacy. Privacy deals with the rights of an individual to keep his personal information secret from others and disclose only the selective one. It is unethical and illegal to use such information without the consent of the concerned person. So, it is very important to save the private information from the unauthorized use. To prevent infringement in the privacy of individual, Never share your login credential with anyone. Disable the cookies in your web browser to safeguard the leakage of information. Never keep the sensitive information unprotected in your system, rather delete it if it is no more needed. Software piracy. Software piracy refers to the unauthorized duplication and use of computer software. Software developers work hard to develop software programs. If those applications are pirated and stolen, the software developers will often be unable to generate the money required to continue supporting and expanding those software. To prevent software piracy, never download the unauthorized copy of software from the internet. Always purchase a licensed software. Never use the software pure purchased for one system on multiple systems. Never use pirated CDs of movies or music. Intellectual right to property. Intellectual property refers to the creation of any individual's mind, like inventions, artistic work, or literary work. It can also belong to an organization, like its products, formulations, logos or symbols, brand names or designs, etc., used for their business. Intellectual property rights protect the unauthorized use of such intellectual properties either directly or by reproducing it in some other form. To prevent infringement into intellectual property right. Copyright. Use copyright to safeguard your creative work or artistic work. Copyright protects the individuals from unauthorized creation of their work. Industrial property. Industrial property acts safeguards the industry's formulations, designs, commercial names, etc. by providing exclusive rights. These are patents. Patents provide formulation rights to the industries on their research products. Trademarks. It provides exclusive rights on the symbols, logo, names, colors, etc. used by the companies for their products. Industrial design right. It gives exclusive right to the company to identify and distinguish their products. Safety measures for using computer and internet. Computers and internet have become a necessity of everyone's life today, as we are used to accomplish most of our work on computer or computing devices equipped with internet facility. But there are many threats associated with the use of computer and internet which can cause serious damage to us if we are not careful. So, here are some safety measures using which we can safeguard ourselves from these unethical practices. Never open the unreliable websites on the internet. Consult your parents about which websites are to be used and which are not to be used. Do not provide your personal information or images, etc. on unknown web portals. Never download any unauthorized information or software from the internet without the knowledge of your parents. Do not share your passwords or other login credentials with your friends or anyone. If you are accessing your private information on a computer other than yours, make sure that you have logged out properly. Use only the original CDs in your system. Never open unauthorized or unknown emails. Make use of latest antivirus software in your system and scan the files downloaded from internet before using them. Make use of strong passwords for your mail or social network accounts to save them from unauthorized access. Always keep the backup copy of your important data. Change your passwords on a regular basis. Digital footprint. Digital footprints are the traces or traits left behind by the user while performing online activities. It includes the websites visited by the user, emails sent, or the information submitted online through various services. Sometimes we leave the information unintentionally while working on the internet, like when we open a website, the server records our location through IP address. These are called passive digital footprint. While sometimes we leave the trails unintentionally by submitting the data online, like the details filled by us when doing online shopping by sending an email message. Such type of digital footprint is called active digital footprint. Sensitizing children about digital footprint. Always post appropriate contents on the internet. When you open a website, it is recorded in the history. Use incognito browser if you do not want the history to be stored. Avoid uploading inappropriate images or pictures on the web. Do not register yourself with your personal details on unknown websites.